And it's worse than that. You have
Yeah.
taken a core family belief. This is entrenched in the Chinese culture. I'm going to get a second home at some time as my retirement, my pension, because they don't have that stuff there. This is my thing. And now they're seeing that core belief challenged.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And, it's an interesting chapter in the history of residential real estate because the Western economies are going through a period where we're all underbuilt by a lot, but we just overheated very hard and then had an interest rate shock on top of it. So we have very deteriorated affordability.
Yeah. The tug of war. Yeah.
But the thing that we have going is we're underbuilt.
Yeah. We don't have 60 million vacant homes in California. If we did,
And
that would be a problem.
anytime rates move down, we will activity will come. It
The
will come.
marginal buyer. Yep.
They're on the opposite end of the spectrum.
No, exactly. They don't need another home. They don't
Yeah.
need them.
And when did the Fed start cutting rates here? Oh 06, oh 07
Oh
start?
seven, I think, was it started.
And
That
they,
was the
they
first
cut the
cuts.
whole way to zero
They
and
did.
still could not get resi moving the
And
whole
it
way
was
down.
because of the 2005 vintage, the I forget what it was called, strategic default, because everybody's pay. What people don't realize is in '05, when you had these teaser loans and 50% of the originations were ARMs, people could afford them for the first 2 years. It was
Yeah.
only after the interest rate shock that it became unaffordable. And then the strategic default became the right answer. People held the whole term while it was 0.9% interest rate. It's when it shot up to 8.9 that they're like, oh, I guess I can't refi like my mortgage broker told me I could. Oh, sell it at a loss. And that just, the wave just came wave after wave after wave. It was bad. So,
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. And it's obviously, it's not something, and the other thing about it too is it bleeds over to the financial system.
for
Because at
sure.
the end of the day, banks in a large way are corporate debt and real estate debt.
Correct.
And so when you take out, real estate like that, it just creates issues that then bleeds over into the rest of the economy as lending gets tighter.
Yeah, I've never looked this up. I have an opinion, but it could be a uninformed opinion. I don't think there's a lot of US banks like the JP, like the big ones. I don't think they have a huge percentage exposure to Chinese residential real estate. They may have commercial exposure, but I think a lot of that was internal lending in China. I don't know if you've looked that up or you know.
There were some papers out on it last year. And one thing we're not really bringing up here that I think is important too is that Morgan Stanley put out a report last week they sent to me, and they're predicting that from here through 2040, home sales will grind down in China like every year.
2040?
Yes.
It
And a
makes perfect
slump,
sense.
and
Wow.
that's demographics. That's not even the property bust. So they've
Oh,
had this happen into bad demographics. So it's, the things that you read about that people on the internet say about the US is
yeah.
that like, oh, we're overbuilt
Yeah.
and, we have these terrible baby
Yeah. When the
boomers.
baby boomers go, all this vacant inventory is coming. Yeah. I
And,
see it.
and the truth is, we actually have a steady amount of immigration, and our birth rates aren't as low as the rest of the
Dire.
world.
Yeah.
And we still, we're actually growing in population. In some ways, the things the Bears have said about the U.S. is true. They
In
just got
China.
it wrong.
They got the country wrong.
Yeah, they're just 12
That's
times.
funny.
Yeah,
12 times. So